or by 3. Seasons 1 and 2 are in pan and scan, but thankfully, the correct aspect ratio was used for seasons 3 and 4. However, they went back to pan and scan for season 5. Mill Creek Entertainment, the company who released this DVD, if you're watching this video, should have left the aspect ratio the way it was. Just saying. The choices for special features are also pretty bizarre. Instead of including featurettes about the making of the show, or commentaries, or heck, even some kind of cheap, kid-oriented set-top game, this DVD set includes bonus episodes of other cartoons that aren't really related to Johnny Test, but are included as extras on this DVD collection, and I'm using extras in the lightest term possible, because Cookie Jar Entertainment, the company who co-produced Johnny Test and licensed the show out to Mill Creek for its DVD release, also happened to either produce or own the rights to those shows. Overall, it's worth the cheap price of admission if you just want to have the show in the most complete form possible on DVD, since this DVD set is the most comprehensive collection of the series you can get, as Season 6, the show's final season, at least for now, because there's going to be a 7th season on Netflix, has unfortunately not been released on DVD yet. And it's only $10 on Amazon as of the time of me making this video. But if you just want to watch Johnny Test casually, you're better off just watching the show on Netflix. All the seasons of the show are on there in their original 16:9 aspect ratio, except for Season 1, which is still in 4:3. I'm assuming that it's because since that season was produced by Warner Brothers Animation in-house, Cookie Jar or Wild Brain or DHX or whoever want to call that company probably doesn't have access to the widescreen prints of Season 1. And of course it's in a better AV quality since, well, by default, since it's in HD, and even if it was DVD quality, then it would still be better anyways because the image is less compressed. Overall, this DVD release is not the best, but then again, this is a DVD release for Johnny Test. What did you expect? Anyways, here's the front, spine, and the back. And here is the inside. Unfortunately, but not surprisingly, like most of the DVD releases put out by Mill Creek Entertainment, all of the discs are inside paper sleeves. But there is one nice thing about this DVD release that's probably the only thing remotely close to it being a cool feature. Just like the Totally Spies DVDs that I just showed you in an earlier part of the video, we have the episodes included on each disc listed on the discs themselves. Alright, so let me take a little bit of time to show you each of the discs individually. Disc 1. Disc 2. One thing I should mention is that this DVD release basically repackages the individual releases of seasons 1 through 5 that were put out between 2011 and 2013. So seasons 1 and 2 and seasons 3 and 4 were originally released on DVD together as part of these individual season releases. So you can see, so this is disc 2. The disc has the final episodes of Season 1, and then the first few episodes of Season 2. Here's Disc 3, featuring the final few episodes of Season 2. Disc 4, featuring the first episodes of Season 3. Ooh. Disc 5, featuring the final 3 episodes of Season 3 and the first 7 episodes of Season 4, because like I mentioned earlier, same discs as you would get if you were to buy Seasons 1 through 5 individually, only with new label art, and Seasons 3 and 4 were originally released on DVD together. Disc 6, featuring some more episodes of Season 4. Disc 7, featuring the final few episodes of Season 4. Disc 8, featuring the first 13 episodes of Season 5. See what I told you? There's a lot of episodes jammed onto each of the discs, and Season 5 is the biggest offender, with 13 22-minute long episodes jammed on each of the only 2 discs that Season 5 has. Why they didn't make it a 3-disc set like Seasons 1 and 2, which combined made up 26 episodes, did, and even though Season 5 of Johnny Test also had 26 episodes, I have no idea. And finally, Disc 9, featuring the final 13 episodes of Season 5, which are also the final 13 episodes of the show that have been released on DVD so far. Hopefully, Season 6 will get a DVD release, but I'm not holding my breath on it, at least until the new season of Johnny Test comes to Netflix, because, maybe they just didn't release it on DVD because DHX, Wild Brain, Cookie Jar, whatever, wanted you to watch that season on there. Alright, so now I'm going to pause the camera so I can get all these paper sleeves in their case. Alright, now Here is the New Christmas Classics, a holiday-themed compilation set released by DreamWorks after they purchased the Classic Media Library, but before the company was acquired by Universal. This collection features 4 holiday specials and a few non-holiday themed bonus episodes of 4 animated shows that Classic Media had the rights to. And 2 of those shows were George of the Jungle and Casper Scare School, both of which originally aired new episodes here in the United States on Cartoon Network, even though they were Teletoon original programs in their country of origin, Canada. So, yeah. Pretty neat little DVD collection. Nothing really else I can say about it. And as far as I know, it's the only time that either one of those 2 shows have ever been released on DVD. Front, spine, and the back. This case is a little bit unique because it's 2 separate sides that contain each of the 2 discs. It's kind of like the packaging used by Disney for the 2-disc collector's edition of The Emperor's New Groove and the Platinum Edition DVD of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. Here is disc 1, which features Gumby and the now highly controversial Fat Albert, which I don't think either of those 2 shows aired on Cartoon Network, at least here in the United States. But, you know, they're part of the set, so I might as well just show the disc anyways. And here is disc 2, featuring George of the Jungle, which, may I add, is the 2007 version, because there was an earlier version from 1968, and Casper Scare School. Alright, next off, a double feature pack featuring the Looney Tunes Show Season 1, Volume 1, and a theatrical Looney Tunes compilation film, Daffy Duck's Quackbusters. This was one of the 2 outliers in the Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, Hanna-Barbera, Scooby-Doo franchises that I hinted at in the first part of this video. Since the Looney Tunes Show from 2011 originally aired new episodes on Cartoon Network, I decided to put this DVD in my Cartoon Network collection. Though I might put this in my Looney Tunes DVD collection, with the other Looney Tunes DVDs that I own at some point, because I'm planning on getting the Looney Tunes Show 3-pack fun set featuring all of the original 3 volume releases of the Looney Tunes Show, as well as the Looney Tunes Show DVD collection, There Goes the Neighborhood. When combined, both of those multi-disc sets make up the full Season 1. Season 2, which is the show's final season, has unfortunately not been released on DVD yet. Hopefully it will sometime in the future, but I'm not counting on it since the entire show is available on HBO Max as well as the Boomerang streaming service, and it just came back in reruns on the Boomerang network. So there are a lot of different ways you can watch it now that might be more convenient to some than purchasing it on DVD. But there's always the hope. From spine and the back. And here's the inside. Unfortunately, but not surprisingly, we have an EcoBox situation. And here are the 2 discs. First, the Looney Tunes Show Season 1, Volume 1. And second, Daffy Duck's Quackbusters. Now, here are a pair of DVDs that I don't think many people have, at least here in the United States. I have Garageband on DVD. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Wait, this obscure Canadian cartoon has not just one, but two DVD releases? Yeah, as much as I am a big fan of this show, I didn't believe it either initially when I first became a fan of the show in 2015. But came across them and I was able to get both of them. Of course, I had to import them, and I'll explain why. For some odd reason, Australia, of all places, is the country where Cartoon Network has had the majority of its best home media releases. Mad Men Entertainment, the company that releases the majority of Cartoon Network's shows on DVD in Australia and New Zealand, has done a much better job with releasing Cartoon Network shows on DVD over in those two countries than Warner Brothers Home Entertainment has here in the United States. They have complete series sets for Dexter's Laboratory and Regular Show, full season releases of We Bare Bears, The Amazing World of Gumball, and even the Powerpuff Girls reboot. Why, out of all the shows, would it be that one to have a full season DVD release? I don't know. All the seasons of Johnny Bravo, Ed, Edd and Eddy, and Chowder, albeit individually as separate season DVDs and not complete series like Dexter and Regular Show got. And they have Blu-ray releases of the two season collections for Adventure Time that were only released on DVD here in the United States. This is the most important one to me, though. They have all 5 original seasons of Steven Universe, and I say all 5 original seasons because Steven Universe Future is considered a spin-off and not a main season for whatever reason, on not just DVD, but also Blu-ray. I would pay really good money to buy the Steven Universe Blu-rays that were only released in Australia and New Zealand. In fact, I'm actually considering on exporting them because I actually heard that they're region free. Shout out goes to my good friend Ryan Pellegrino from Ryan's Treasures, who has seasons 2 and 3 of Steven Universe on Blu-ray imported from Australia. All I can say is that I really hope that either Warner Brothers will play catch-up when it comes to giving Cartoon Network shows proper home media releases, like I mentioned in the first part of this video, or maybe they could even give Mad Men Entertainment the US home video rights. Heck, maybe Cartoon Network can even license some of their shows off to Shout Factory like Nickelodeon did with most of their 90s Nicktoons. All I'm saying is that there is a lot of potential for really good home media releases, and Cartoon Network is just sitting on that potential here in the United States. But anyways, these DVDs, despite being for Garageband, which originally aired here in the United States as well as in most European countries and Australia on Cartoon Network, these DVDs were not put out by Mad Men Entertainment. Instead, they were released by a record company of all companies named Shock Entertainment. They mostly release Australian band music on CD and vinyl, but they also have some DVD releases. And Garageband, fittingly enough, since it's a musical show, is one of those shows. I got the first one by myself, and I got the second one as a birthday gift, and they were from Amazon, and I know that these are the official releases because they look legit, and there's no purple on the back of the discs or anything like that, so they're definitely not bootlegs. And these DVDs, like I mentioned earlier, are imported from Australia, but despite the fact that the back of the packaging says that these titles are Region 4 DVD releases, Just like the DVDs for All Grown Up that were put out in Australia by Beyond Home Entertainment, the company that releases Nickelodeon's shows on DVD over in Australia, these DVDs are actually region free since they work on my Blu-ray player, which is not region free. It's only supposed to play region A Blu-rays and region 1, I should say. Yeah, region 1 DVDs. So, unfortunately, you can't buy these on Amazon anymore. Amazon still has the listing for them, but they both listings say out of stock. But if you ever find copies of these DVDs for yourself, and if you're just as big of a fan of Garageband as I am, and my friend UV was, UV, like I mentioned earlier, is his favorite Cartoon Network shows are a tie between Laszlo and Puffy on the Yumi, but he also used to really be a big fan of Garageband, but since it only had 26, 22-minute long episodes, he just thinks that the show is good and not one of the greatest things ever like he used to. So if you're a diehard fan of the show like I am and like UV was, I definitely recommend buying both of these DVD releases. Together, they make up the whole series, and there aren't really any special features. I mean, the second DVD has some DVD-ROM extras that are just a storyboard for the episode Creepaway Camp, but other than that, that's it. But since the show is no longer streaming on Netflix, this is one of the very few ways that you can legally watch the show now. I mean, I have all the episodes of the show on my YouTube channel, but, you know, there are some people who prefer to watch it legally. Alright. So, here is the first DVD for Garageband, Rock On, featuring the first 13 episodes of the series, mostly in production order, rather than the order the episodes aired on Cartoon Network, with the exception of, oddly enough, the show's pilot, Smash Up Turby and Queen Bee. It was, of course, the first episode of the show to be produced, and it clearly sets up the premise of the show, but for some odd reason, it's episode 7 on this DVD. I believe. I'll have to take a look inside the packaging. Whoops, I spoiled one part of the packaging for you all. Hope you don't mind that too much. Front, spine, and the back. And here is what we got inside. The artwork on the two discs are pretty much the same, with the only difference being the number of the disc, but there is some back artwork. The back artwork lists the episodes that are included on the two discs. Alright, so I was wrong. Smash Up Turby and Queen Bee are actually episode 4 on this collection, not episode 7. Though, I'm not surprised that I was wrong about that, since the real episode 7 on this DVD is Indie Road Rager and Math of Khan, and the first segment of that episode is also involves cars, just like on Smash Up Turby. Let me take both discs out so you can see the artwork that's underneath, which is the whole band playing in an image that was taken from Curse of the Metronome, which is not on this DVD set, by the way. So I don't know why they decided to put artwork from that show, from that episode, inside this particular release's case. And here is the second DVD for Garageband, Hear Us Rock, which features the remaining 13 episodes of the show, completing the series' unfortunately short run. Whoop. Man, I'm being such a klutz today. Front, spine, and the back. And here is the inside. The artwork on the 2 discs are pretty much the same as the artwork on the discs for the first DVD for Garageband, with the only difference being that they have green labels instead of purple ones. And the artwork underneath is the same as on the first DVD for Garageband as well, with the only difference, of course, being what episodes are listed. See, Curse of the Metronome is on this DVD set. So why did they decide not to put extra money into putting different artwork inside the case for the first DVD? I don't know, but I'm so happy to have the show on DVD anyways, I really don't care that much. And here is the right over there for those who wanted to see what episodes are included on each of the 2 discs. Alright. We're getting really close to the end here, guys. Last but not least, for my DVD releases for the acquired Cartoon Network shows, I have The Tom and Jerry Show Funny Side Up, featuring 13 episodes, 13 22-minute long episodes, I should say, with each episode consisting of 2 11-minute segments, from The Tom and Jerry Show that has been airing new episodes since 2014, back and forth on Cartoon Network and Boomerang. Premieres for the show have been switching between the 2 networks since the show began. This is definitely a really cool collection to have, since I missed a large part of this show when it was first on Cartoon Network, since it was only airing new episodes Saturday mornings at like 7:30, 8, or 8:30 a.m., when I was most likely to still be in bed, or if I wasn't in bed, then everyone else was still asleep, so like everyone else in my household was still asleep, so I wasn't really able to turn on the TV or anything like that. So yeah, I'm really happy to have this collection, and there are a few other DVD releases of this show, and I'm hoping to get those as well, but they're like $15 to $20 each on Amazon, and I got this collection at the 99-cent store of all places, though it sadly wasn't 99 cents. It was $2, which I still think is a pretty good deal, but you know, the 99-cent store betrayed us when they started selling items that were 99 cents. Anyways, front, spine, and the back. And here's the inside. Another EcoBox case, unfortunately but not surprisingly. Here is disc 1, featuring Tom and Tyke, and disc 2, featuring Jerry and Nibbles. Alright, you may think that I'm done, but I'm not quite finished yet. Finishing off my Cartoon Network DVD collection is the only Adult Swim title I currently own on DVD, Aqua Teen Hunger Force Volume 1. I'm not the biggest fan of most of Adult Swim's programs because I find most of them to be needlessly vulgar just for the sake of being vulgar. But Aqua Teen Hunger Force, while it does have some vulgar elements, there's a lot of actual comedy in it. So I really do love this show, and it was my favorite, it still is, my favorite Adult Swim series of all time. But this isn't the only Adult Swim series that I want to own on physical media. I definitely want to get the 3-season Blu-ray releases of Rick and Morty, either separately or all together in that new collection that just came out a couple of months ago. Since, unfortunately, because the show only airs new episodes, at late at night when I'm asleep, and I don't really have that much. I mean, the show is on Hulu, but, I just don't feel comfortable watching it around that many people since, it's an adult series. I haven't watched any episode of Rick and Morty since season 1, though I definitely want to watch the other seasons, and it won't be too hard since each season of the show only has 10 or 11 episodes, apparently because it's an expensive show to produce. But anyways, let's take a look at the Aqua Teen Hunger Force set. From left side, right side, and the back. And here's what we got inside. Here's a listing of the episodes and special features that are included on each of the 2 discs. Have some really nice looking artwork on this flap of the box. And here are the 2 discs. Here's disc 1, featuring Master Shake, Frylock, and Meatwad. Let me take it out so you can see the back artwork. And finally, for all of my DVD releases of Cartoon Network, disc 2, which features Carl. And there's some more back artwork underneath that disc's tray. And with that, I'm officially done making this extremely long, overly detailed video showing off every single DVD release I own for my favorite TV channel of all time, Cartoon Network. I know it took a very long time for this video to get completed and uploaded in its entirety, and I apologize very much for that. However, I love this channel so much, and I had a lot to say about all these DVD releases, that I wanted to make this one of my longest videos ever. Sorry in advance, but, things happen. So, yeah, with that, I'm officially done covering all of my DVD collections for specific channels. I did Nickelodeon, I did Disney Channel, and now I just finished Cartoon Network. So now that I'm done with all 3 of those channels, I'm going to start doing more generic merchandise. I want to still do DVD collection videos, but I'm going to try to do videos about other kinds of merchandise in the near future. And also, I have a couple of unboxings that I